And good morning, folks, and welcome to another ship tour. This one is of the Celebrity Reflection, and we're going to go ahead and kick it off and get it started with deck 15, where you will find grass of all things. It's called the Lawn Club, and it also has the Lawn Club Grill, which is right here. One great thing about this little area right here is how much grass there is. It's kind of amazing. And it's real grass. This is not fake grass. This ain't AstroTurf. This is 100% Bermuda, and it is all over here. See these big giant chairs? But they have these nice little seating areas right here. They do have tarps that do go over the top of them. And you do have to reserve these. I do not know how much it costs. I will put that in editing, let you know how much these things cost to rent for the day. But there's what it looks like with the canopy over it. Have some hammocks right here. Continuing on the Lawn Club, they have this nice little putting area. Again, real grass. Now we are on the very back of deck 15 on this ship. And I will give you a quick shot of where we are at, which is perfect day. Moving on back to the tour, you have another bar area right here. It's called the Sunset Bar. And then on the other side of the ship, there is some more grass, and they have bocce ball. Looks like they have ring toss. Just a cool little place to play some games. See, they are caring for the grass, edging it out, keeping it nice and clean. And that is deck 15 on the aft of the ship. And before we leave the aft side of the ship, this is where you will find studio. This is where you get photography done right here. Right now it's closed because we are at port. And then there is the stairway and the elevators. They do have elevators pretty much midship and then towards the front of the ship. They only have 2 sets of elevators. And right here, also on deck 15, is the porch. Nice little area to eat. Looks like they have seafood here. I see crab legs. All right, continuing on down deck 15, we got a lot of seating areas, a lot of lounge chairs, cool little bridge walkway. This is also the running track, and this goes all the way around the Lido deck. So this ship does not have any water slides. There is no kid play area as far as outdoors. And right here to my left is the mast bar. Alright guys, since we are on the front of the ship, I'm going to go ahead and go to deck 16. This is the only part of deck 16, and they've got all the chairs up, but this is the solstice deck. Big area right here. I know there were questions whether this was like the suites deck or not. This is not the suites deck as of right now. This is the public deck. And you can enter and exit on either side, which is what we're fixing to do, is exit and go back down to 15. All right, and the last thing that we will see on deck 15, on the outside, the basketball court. Now this is a half-court basketball court. It's not a full-size basketball court. That is all on deck 15, except we're going to go inside and I'm going to show you these areas, and then I'll show you the footage that I got of these areas. These are 2 kid zones on deck 15 as well, and you can't see them during the daytime because the windows are mirrored. All right, one of these kids areas is called the X Club. Then on the other side is for everybody under 13. It's called Camp at Sea. And there it is right here. That is everything on deck 15. So let's go down to deck 14 and see what they've got. All right, we are on deck 14, still at the front of the ship, where you will find the solarium. Beautiful little area. This is for adults only, 16 and up. And it is enclosed, so if it rains, you have no worries because we got a top. Hot tubs on either side. And moving on down, deck 14 is the Lido deck. And they have really great sitting areas here, including this hammock. I don't know what that is. I guess it's a hammock. More seating areas, and then there is dual pools. That is not one long pool, that is 2 pools connected to each other. More padded areas, hot tubs on either side as well. Matter of fact, they have 4 hot tubs on the Lido deck. And they also have, on the very far end over there, the pool bar. And that is your Lido deck. And as we walk towards the buffet area, they do have a ping pong table right here. Okay, and finally, towards the aft of the ship, you have the Ocean View Cafe, which is your buffet area. And we will take a quick walk through here. They do serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner in this buffet area. During the nighttime and lunchtime, they always have all of these little areas full of food. During port times, they usually only open half of it. There's where you get your drinks. Right there. Coffees, teas, juices are free. And they've got this part of it closed because we are at port. Most people are out on the beach. But they are still serving breakfast. And it is like 10:30. But they also have a few lunch items, sandwiches and stuff like that. And then they have seating all the way back towards the aft of the ship as well, including outdoor seating. It's another drink station. And then here's the other side. You can tell that this is a Royal Caribbean type ship. It's kind of set up the same type of food too. Really good food. I ate here yesterday during lunch. Enjoyed it. And there is your buffet area. And looky there, they actually have clocks where you know what time it is. This little kiosk right here is Sun and Sea. It's where you get your towels, and you can also buy some creams and I think some other items as well. towards the front of the ship is the observation lounge called Sky. Really cool area. They're doing trivia right now. We are now on deck 12, still on the front of the ship, where you will find the fitness center and the spa. Looks like they have Peloton classes in here. Another aerobic room right there. Beautiful views while you're doing a workout. And then here is the main gym. They also have a little sitting area out in the front for those who want to lay out. And then on the other side is the spa area. All right, we are still on deck 12, and this is the main atrium, and I'm going to go to each floor and show you what each thing has, but this is the deck 12 area, and they call this the Captain's Club. There are 4 elevators on either side. Nice view of the atrium as you go down. And here's a mid shot of the atrium right here. Guys, we are now on deck 10. The only thing you will find besides staterooms is the library, and that is also in the middle of the ship in the atrium area. Now we are on deck 9 still in the atrium area, and this is where you will find Game On. A really cool little place. They have interactive games on these tables right here. They also have a little section with some board games. Another thing I love about walking through these hallways in the elevator areas is the pictures, the art. Now we are on deck 7. Again, nothing but staterooms except that little area over there on the other side, and that is called the Hideaway. They do have a coffee maker in the Hideaway. Just a cool little relaxing sitting area. I did not notice this, but right above me on either side are some extra chairs on deck 8. Got one on either side. And then that right there is a real tree growing in a giant pot in midair. And right here On deck 6 is the Celebrity Lounge. This is where you can get on the computer and do computer things. They have Apple computers here. All right, we are now on deck 5, and we have got a lot to get to on deck 5, starting with the Ensemble Lounge. And right here beside the Ensemble Lounge is Michael's Club, members only. Next to that is Murano, which is a restaurant. It's a la carte. And there is the menu for that. Nice, small, quaint little venue. Looks like they have a little entertainment right here. Okay, and as we continue through here, you will find more specialty restaurants. This is where you will find Cuisine, Tuscan Grill, and Blue. Very pretty ship. Has a lot of Art Deco in this entire ship. Everywhere you look, there's something to look at. So here, which is closed right now, this is the Cuisine, and I will insert what this place is because we are coming here tonight and it will be fantastic. It's an interactive dinner, that's all I can tell you. We've never been there, but we have seen it before and it looks like it's gonna be very fun. And then right here is Tuscan Grill. This is at the very, very, very back of the ship. Here is their menu. This is also a pay. There's a great view of Perfect Day on deck 5 and the Tuscan Grill. This is the final pay restaurant called Blue. And what I like about this ship that they've done is they put them all next to each other, very close. So you don't have to go to different decks for different eating venues. It's all right here. And I'll take you guys inside and let you see what Blue looks like. Small restaurant, but great views. Look at the views that they get. Another cool thing that they have in this place is these interactive paintings. Looks like it's on fire, but it actually isn't. It's an interactive painting. So cool. Continuing on deck 5, going towards the middle of the ship, is a nice little cafe. Also has an ice cream bar right here. Also has a nice view of outside deck. This is where you can get some coffees and snacks on that side. And then on the other side is Sushi on 5. This is also a pay, and it is what it says it is. It's a sushi bar. on deck 5. We are at the world-class bar. Plenty of tables and chairs to sit while you drink. And then right here in the middle, the jewelry shop. Continuing on through here, there's Effie, Artisan Studio, but they call it Effie. This is where you get your jewelry. And then right next to that is called Pieces of Time. Now this is another watch shop, but I think this is pre-owned. You can get pre-owned Rolexes, all types of different watches. Again, closed, so I can't show you inside the store, but that's a watch shop. Now, like I was telling you about deck 5, deck 4, all the decks, you can find art everywhere. That's a beautiful picture. I would love to have that. Moving on down, we get into our ladies department, the purse department. Louis Vuitton, Coach, Kate Spade. Then right next to that is your makeup shop, Jasmine. Now we're going to go to the other side real quick. This is where you go to find your pictures. There's the photo gallery, and then there's the photo studio, portrait studio right here. More artwork. Since we are at the front of the ship, these are the front elevators. There's just 4 of them. And then right here is the reflection theater. They are closed. They're doing their practicing. They will not let you in while they're closed. Right there is where you can get out on deck 5 on the outside part and walk around. That is it on deck 5. All right, guys, we are now on deck 4. This is the bottom part, the main entrance to the reflection theater. Restrooms on this ship are sporadic. They're everywhere, so you just kind of have to hunt for them. And now, continuing on through here, it's a nice little sitting area called Celebrity Central. I got to see what this place is. Oh, and this is their theater. That was a cool surprise. I didn't know that was there, but that is a little theater. You can watch movies. Really cool. Okay, now to my right, beside the reflection theater, is the conference center. This is where you will find your future cruise vacation. If you want to book another celebrity cruise, you can in here. And then here's another bar called Smile. And then right here is Fortune's Casino. Kind of a small casino. I'll show you the outside of it because it's kind of connected to this little promenade that we're walking down. This is your Fortune's Casino shops where you get your liquor and your cigarettes, some other stuff as well. And then right next to that is the reflection shop, which is where you get all of your celebrity reflection gear, hats, t-shirts. And then next to that is the marketplace. These are your shop areas right here. And to my left is the casino. And it is open right now because we are at Perfect Day. And since this is their private island, they keep this place open. This is a non-smoking casino. There is no smoking whatsoever. Moving on down towards the aft of the ship, and right here is another bar. And this is the Opus dining room. This is where you go and eat your main dining. This is on deck 4 as well as deck 3. Last thing on deck 4 that we will see is the Cellar Masters. This is a place where you get some wine. And that is all on deck 4. Now let's go down to our final deck, which is deck 3. I'm going to carefully walk down these steps as I go down to deck 3. Hope I don't break my neck. All right, here we are on deck 3. And now that we are on deck 3, there is deck 3 part of the main dining room. And then the only thing you'll find here besides staterooms is your guest relations, which is where you go take care of your billing and all of that good stuff. Nice little lounge area. They do have entertainment down here at the bottom. And on the other side, it's a bar area. Next to that is your shore excursion. Now this is called Lumine. This is another restaurant right here. Alright guys, that does it for this ship tour of the Celebrity Reflection. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate everyone who has watched. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, like button, share button, notification bell. That way every time I put out a new video, you guys will be the first to know about it. And it's on to the cruise ship and on to more adventures on the Celebrity Reflection. I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. Until then, peace and love. Bye.